Hello everyone, it's Howard here. I'm back with another video. If you're new to the channel, I'm a watch enthusiast in the Boston area. I don't work in the watch industry, but when I have time, I try to find watches to do a review. And if you find this helpful, please consider subscribing, and that will really help me a lot. I've done two DJ 41 millimeters recently, a blue one and a Wimbledon, and this is the third and final one I'm going to review for this series. Mint green 41 millimeter Datejust, model number 126334. The specific one for this color combination is -0028. So I think everyone's familiar with the Datejust DJ. They have a lot of different sizes, and 41 is the largest. The next smaller one is 36. So there's always this gap between the 36 and 41. I'll put on my wrist a little bit later so you can see, if this might be a good size for you. But I've done other mint green watches reviews before. But today, when I first picked this one up, felt like the mint green color is a little bit lighter than I thought. I mean, maybe because I've seen some darker greens lately. I did an OP 41 millimeter. That's more of a lacquered, dark, deep green. Maybe that's why I'm looking at this mint green sunray dial. It's a beautiful dial, but it felt like the color is really light, a light green. But anyway, 41 millimeter case. When I measured it, it's only 11.5 millimeters thick. Last time was 11.7 or 8. But again, the instrument I use, may not be the most accurate in the world. Lug-to-lug 47.4. It's very wearable for small to mid-sized wrist. Lug width at the top is 20, and the most narrow part of the bracelet is 15.3. This particular one, right away you notice the fluted bezel. So that's white gold, basically fluted bezel. On Rolex watches usually they're precious metal. So this is white gold bezel with a Jubilee bracelet. Beautiful bracelet, 5-link Jubilee. Just a little bit more elegant, a little bit more dressy versus the 3-link Oyster bracelet. It's very simple design, 3-hand plus the date. I like the simple index, instead of complicated diamonds or Roman numeral numbers. My first choice is always just a simple 3-hand with a rectangle sort of a index. Very nice. Also, just little details here. You have a number, harder to see here, 5, 10. Along the minute track, just makes it feel a little bit more sporty, I guess. Overall, it's very shiny because these fluted bezel plus the Jubilee reflects the lights really well. Like especially the bezel, everywhere you look, they're like lighting. I'm indoor today, so it's more of an indoor lighting, not a natural outdoor lighting. The shoulder is polished, the side is polished, crown side is also polished. The 5-link Jubilee, you can tell the outside link is a little bit more of a nickel, more of a shinier nickel finish, but the inside 3 links are polished. Just a simple clasp, no fold over. I believe it has the 5 millimeter Easy Link micro adjustment. Back is just pretty much the same. Nickel non-shiny finish with a non-exhibition case. Pretty standard for most Rolex watches. Yeah, I don't know. The green obviously has been pretty popular, and Rolex is doing a lot of different greens. This mint green came out a few years ago. You have the traditional lacquered deep green. Then on the date, the greens are different. Even those greens, there are several different greens now. The latest one is the Oberon green with more of a lighter green in the center and more of a darker towards the edge of the dial. So there are tons of different greens. You know, the mint green, I think when I first saw this color a few years ago, I think I did a 31 millimeter ladies DJ with the same color. I was more impressed, but I think after a few years now, looking back, I'm not sure. If I have a choice between a blue and mint green, I'll probably, it's just my personal view, I'm going to go with the blue now. I just feel like the bright blue is a little bit more sophisticated. Because the green color, the mint green color is newer, that's why on the secondary market, the mint green color and also at the dealer is a little bit harder to get. Secondary market price is also a little bit higher than the blue. But I feel like the blue is a little bit more sophisticated, more rich. If you want a more rich color, go with the blue. So what else? The weight is 131.5 grams. It's pretty, standard for a stainless steel watch of 41 millimeters, 4.66 ounces. Caliber 30-35, power reserve 70 hours, minus plus 2 accuracy per day. Very impressive. All the DJs, OPs, they have a twin lock, double waterproof system, 100 meters, 330 feet. I think it has a line on the crown, underneath the crown, to signify the twin lock double waterproof system. It's a very nice piece. I think the challenge is always debating between the 41 and the 36. So I do have a 36 millimeter watch with me. Not a DJ, but more of an Oyster Perpetual OP. I'll put on the wrist for both watches. You can see, again, on the left is 36, on the right 41. There's no size in between. I think a 38, 39 would be a really good choice for a lot of people, but otherwise you have these two to pick, right? Oh, by the way, I have to say, when I measure the case, even though this is a 41 millimeter case, I cannot get 41 millimeter measurement. I tried the different angles, 4 to 10. It's more closer to 40. I'm not sure. I don't know if other people have the same experience. The bezel is 40. The case is closer to 40. Definitely feels more like a 40 than 41. I'm not sure. But you can still see it's quite a bit bigger than the 36 on the left side. So let's put on the wrist so we can see the difference. So my wrist is 6.5 inches, 16.5 centimeters. It's not, it's more of the smaller and lower end of the medium. I think 41 is okay. It's definitely doable. Again, unlike the video, if you look at the, here on the video, looks like it's close, but I got about 10 millimeters here. At the bottom, it's a little bit closer, just the way it's sitting right now. But I got at least, 2 to 3 millimeters here. So it's not like the watch is hanging off my wrist, not at all, even though on the video appears to be so, but that's not the real case. 47.4 lug-to-lug is definitely not too big for a 16.5 centimeter wrist. Like if you tighten it, look, there's no real gap at the corner, sitting up. It's pretty good fit. Again, as I said in many of my videos, size of 40, 41, it's not the biggest issue. The issue is how thick the watch is. For smaller wrists, especially mine with a less round shape, more of a rectangle shaped wrist, 11.5 thickness is very, it's not an issue. It just makes the watch look a better fit. Direct view, so it doesn't look too big. So if I put on the 36 just as a comparison, you can clearly see, there are a lot of space between the end of the lug here and the end of the lug here. And you can see for my wrist, 6.5 inch, 16.5 centimeters, I obviously would prefer 31. I mean, I can wear a 36. I can wear the 41 for sure. You know, I can wear the 41 for sure, but just a side by side. Let me bring up a little bit to see if I can get a better view side by side. Again, you know, both works for me. Personally, for me, I prefer the 36, but 41 will absolutely work for 6.5 inch, 16.5 centimeter wrist, no problem at all. So the retail price on this one, $10,600, $10,600 US dollars in the US plus sales tax. If you live in a state that charges sales tax. On the gray market, like I said earlier, the mint green is a little bit more expensive than blue just because it's newer. For a brand new piece on the secondary market, it's probably between, I would say, 16.5 to 18,000. You know, 16.5 to 17.5 thousand dollars. Quite a premium. You know, almost 70,000%. 70% premium. But again, because it's, you know, again, the color is relatively new. It's a little bit more in higher demand. All right, this is the 41 millimeter Datejust 126334 0028 mint green dial. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.